Okay, I've gotten a lot of requests for shorter, slower mini combos that have more beginner steps in them. So this is actually one of those. It features 2 steps, one of the foundational 5 steps, the Polly Pocket, and one of the first footwork moves that you should learn, which is scissors. And there are 2 things that are going to be kind of important in this combo. The first one is the transition from scissors to Polly Pocket, because you don't have a chance when you do scissors to re-perch, and so it's a very quick transition, and I'll show you that. But then the second one is something that's pretty important when you're doing shapes moves like this, and that is keeping your shoulders square to the front of the room, because you're trying to give the illusion that the bottom half of your body is moving while the top half is staying perfectly still. But it is an illusion, and it's not true, because you're having to twist your torso opposite your legs in order to keep your shoulders square to the front of the room. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more as well. Okay, so we're going to start this with 2 scissor steps. One scissor goes side to side, the other scissor goes side to side. And I don't have a chance to perch and think between those 2. It's a very quick step. It's and 1 and 2 and. So that's just a quick hop in between. Now the same thing is going to be true when I start the Polly Pocket, because I've already landed on an and. So I don't have an opportunity to get into the Polly Pocket perch position. I'm out here and I have to somehow get my right leg cross body into the other space. And so all I'm going to do is really kind of switch feet here. So it's going to be 2 and 3 straight into a Polly Pocket. So it's from here, coming out of that scissor step, straight into a Polly Pocket. Now I can re-perch again and then do the other Polly Pocket on the other side, 4 and. So now I'm back to the beginning, and I can put that whole combo together again. So let me count that out for you so you can see the quick transitions. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and again, a little bit faster. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then how do I keep my shoulders square to the front of the room? The most important thing you can do to keep your shoulders square is to use your arms to do that. So if I put my hands out here and I twist to one side, I'm going to try to keep my hands perfectly straight here to the front of the room. So I can go this way, and you'll notice I've had to twist my torso to do that, or I can go this way, and the same thing's happened. I've had to twist my torso the opposite direction. So I'm trying to keep my torso as square to the front of the room as I can. And then, of course, adding that to moves is adding kind of a new dimension that you have to think about. But honestly, if you just keep your arms out to the side, it's actually going to kind of happen pretty naturally, especially when you start picking up some speed. Okay, so one more time, a little bit faster. Use my arms to keep my shoulders square to the front. So it's going to be and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And one more time, even a little bit faster, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And don't get too hung up on making sure that your shoulders are perfectly square. You're just trying to generally keep them facing forward. But you're not a robot. Of course, you're going to have some movement there. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. Make sure that you start on a low tempo and work your way up in tempo. And I hope you had fun with this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.